Hey you guys, and welcome back to Gal. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun learning how to paint with light at night using your DSLR or mirrorless camera, just using a basic flashlight, even a headlamp, or just some LED lights that you can find around the house. So let's get into it. So the reason why I started uploading to this YouTube channel is because I love sharing my skills with you and in turn learning from you guys. And everything that I've learned on this channel has been self-taught. I've watched other YouTube channels to gain my video editing skills. I've taken online courses to become better at photography and videography, which is why I'm super stoked to share with you guys a platform called Skillshare, where you can take a ton of awesome online courses such as basics to DSLR photography. So I'll put a link in the description box below if you guys want to check this out. There's tons of awesome classes. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into the settings and let's get started painting with light. All right, you guys, so to achieve this effect, you need to be working with a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera. I have a mirrorless camera. It's the Canon M3. So the first thing you have to do is set it to manual mode. And every camera has that. You just usually switch it up at the top to manual mode. So we're in manual mode. In the ideal settings that I'm working in, it depends on what night scene you're in. But I chose to use the shutter speed at a bulb option, at an f-stop, which is the aperture, at 8, as well as the ISO at 125. So what does that mean exactly? So the shutter speed, which is bulb right now, is how long the shutter is open for. So how many seconds is that open so we can actually paint with the light, and that's really important. So to adjust that, you may be used to seeing like a fraction, like 1 over like 1,000 or 1 over 60. So to adjust that, you can see I'm moving through here now. But the reason why bulb is awesome is because all you have to do is hold your shutter down for a custom duration. So you can have it going for like 1 minute or even 5 minutes if you want to, and then when you let go, the photo is taken. So I recommend having at least 20 seconds to do some awesome art, but if you want it to be custom and if your camera has it, you should set it to bulb. So I'm gonna put mine back at bulb. So then the next thing is the F number, which is the aperture. So the lower the F number, the wider your shutter is, the more light will be taken in. So at night when you're exposing for the light, you just want to expose for the kind of painted light. So you want the F number to be anywhere between, let's say, like 8 and 20. But it completely depends on your scene. So I tested it out and I felt like 8 was great. We also tried 11 and 12, and it just made the scene a little bit darker because as we increase the F number, the circle gets smaller, right? So as we lower the F number, it gets bigger. So the 8 is a little bit bigger than, let's say, a 12, if that makes sense. And then the last feature that you should know about is ISO. Now, ISO controls the sensitivity of your chip. So the lower the ISO, the less grainy your image will be. And if you want to increase some of the environment around the photo, you can increase the ISO a little bit, but I have mine very low at 125. But if I was to increase it to 400, let's say, you might see some of the trees behind you because you're basically increasing the light sensitivity on the chip, if that makes sense. Another important detail is you need to make sure you're using a photography tripod when you take these shots. Because the shutter is open for so long, you can't have a shaky shot or it's just not going to turn out. So make sure that you have a nice steady shot using any type of photo tripod. So now let's go ahead and recreate. I'm going to walk you through the steps that you should take to create some of the photos that I was able to achieve with these settings. Now I'm going to keep the light on so you can see what I'm doing and you guys can follow along at home or try it out in your own backyard. So this shot I like to call the water spiral because it involves a 1.5 liter bottle of water and a mini flashlight. And then what we're going to do is illuminate it at the bottom like so to create kind of like a water bottle lightsaber. So to start the shot, we're going to turn off the flashlight, turn off the light source because we want to control the light. And then somebody that's behind the camera will hold down the shutter for the duration of this entire trick that we're going to create. And remember, it's on bulb mode, which allows you to hold down the shutter as long as you need it for. But if you don't have bulb, you can set it to like a 30-second shutter speed, and hopefully that's enough time for you to paint the entire scene. So to start it off, they'll hit the shutter to trigger the photo, and this is when I turn around because I want to block the light from the beginning. Then I'll turn on the light and I'll start to spin around like this. So let me show you. And then I'm going to start low and spin around fairly quickly and eventually get higher and higher. And you kind of have to be careful because you might get dizzy. So take care as you do this. And go around and round and round. And when you get to the top, you can turn off the light. And another cool trick that you can do, you can throw the water bottle at this point. If you want to create like little flashes of light around, you can kind of point it and click the flashlight around the scene. And it kind of creates some cool like little lens flares, like stars of light. So you can do that. And then to illuminate the ground, you can actually turn on the flashlight and paint the ground around you, like so. And it kind of brings in more cool light around the scene if you want to show more of the environment. So let's see the end result. So the second most popular way to paint with light is by drawing and writing words. You've probably seen this done a lot. So how do you do it? Well, it's good to get some type of LED light that's colored that you can turn on and off. So I have sort of this pen. A pen works really great, one that you can turn on and off. And let me just turn it on here. I have purple and red light. So what we're going to do is have another person, your teammate or whatever, hold down the shutter, or if you have your own trigger, set the trigger so the shutter's open to start the image. Now we're going to start by just doing one letter at a time. So we need to turn on the light. 1, 2. I'm going to draw the G for gal. G backwards. And once you finish a letter, turn it off. Now let's move on to the A, which is a little bit difficult backwards. You have to think about it. So let's turn on the light and let's draw it out this way, like that. Turn it off. Now let's move on to the L, turn on the light again, and draw just a straight line. And then the square around. So you kind of have to remember where you drew. It's kind of difficult. So then up here, turn on, and then draw a straight line. And you can go down. And remember to keep the light pointed at the camera. Go this way, and then up again, and then you can turn it off. And then we can see the end result. Another cool photo idea for painting with light is just drawing a bunch of stars. So to do that, you just need a basic flashlight. So again, hold the shutter down, start the image, and then turn on the light. And this is where you can draw your star to the best of your ability. And if you want to draw another one, just turn it off, then go to a different location, click, and draw your second star. And then if you want to do one up here, just move on over. Make sure that your light is working, and draw your second star, click, and then let go of the shutter, and then you can see how the photo turned out. So another cool photo idea that I came up with was called the wave, and it also involves the water bottle full of water, 1.5 liters, and the flashlight. So again, start the shutter with the bulb, and once you get the cue that you're ready to go and the photo is started, just get in position, low to the ground, turn on the light inside the water bottle, and create a wave like this. Until you get out of frame. Or if your flashlight is flashing, you can do a pretty cool same effect, but it will be dashed lines. So if you ever wondered what painting with light with a flashing light looks like, it just creates a dashed line. So let me do that again with a flashing light here. Let's get the flashing light on. Same thing, put the flashing light in, and draw your wave. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thanks to Skillshare for being a part of this tutorial. Let me know if you guys liked this, if you want me to do even more advanced light painting tutorials. And yeah, go have fun. I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing. And oh, another cool thing is my dog Spike, he had a light up collar, and I just pulled out this light to create some cool photos as well. So just find things randomly around your house that have LED lights and you can have a lot of fun. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.